that we have not covered last time. So in arrays, these are some cases. For example, here I have initialized my array directly, 2D array. As you can see, array within array means outer array and inner array we have. So it is nested array, or you can say two-dimensional array. And in this case, since I've initialized, I don't need to specify the size. For example, we specify 2 or 3 here, that we don't have to specify because I've already initialized my array directly. Okay, I've hard coded my array. So here, as you can see, here there are 3 elements in this inner array, and here there are 2 elements in this inner array. Okay, so there is one element missing over here. Ideally, what the system will think, it will think that you have an outer array which holds 2 elements. As you can see, 2 elements. Why? Because there are 2 inner arrays, and each inner array has different elements. This inner array has 3 elements, this inner array has 2 elements. Okay, so what it will give in such a case, let us run this and see what will be the output. And also let us display this array. Okay, so I'm considering 3 for inner array, means I'm thinking that each inner array has 3 elements. Okay, now let us run and see. So as you can see, the first inner array has 3 elements, that is working fine. Okay, you're getting those 3 elements, but the inner array, the second one, has only 2 elements. So there is 1 element less compared to the first inner array. But the loop will run how many times for this inner array also? It will run for 3 times only. Why? Because the inner array is controlled by j, which will run for j equal to 0, 1, 2. So it will run 3 times, but there are only 2 elements. Okay, so for the third element which is missing, it is giving me array out of bound exception, index out of bound exception. Means what? For the index j equal to 2, the element is missing. Do you agree with me? For j equal to 2 in this array, the element is missing. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So here it is giving me the exception because it is not finding the element, but I'm telling it to print the element as per this loop. So this is one case when you have lesser elements. Okay. Then another case is what? The third element is not an array. It is a single element. Okay. So already it is highlighting an error, and it is saying that required type is int square bracket. Int square bracket means this element should be an array. Means inner array, it should be an array. But we are giving only int. Int square bracket represents array of integers, and only int means the single element which is an integer. So we have provided single integer, but it is expecting array of integers. Okay, so that is the error that you'll get. Then a single element, this is also valid. That means you have an outer array which has 1 element. So here it is actually 1, and this inner array has how many? 3. Okay, so this is the meaning. If you wanted to tell the size, it would be 1, which is the outer element has 1 element. The outer array has 1 element, which is this inner array, and this inner array has 3 elements. So this is the meaning of that. Okay, this is valid. This will not give you error. Then, but still, as you can see, I'm getting the highlight over here that it is showing error. Can you tell me why? Because I'm specifying the size here, which I should not, right? I have initialized my array, so I should not specify 1 and 3 over here, right? Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that
Yes.
was highlighting. Okay, so it should not be specified because you're initializing. Next case is what? Elements are again not the arrays, so it will definitely give you an error. So what we can conclude is inner array elements, if you have inner arrays, all of them should have same number of elements. Okay, that is the conclusion. Any doubts up till here? Yes, no.
No,
No.
sir.
Okay. Now let us start off with strings. So a string is nothing but a collection of elements. So we'll first see what is a string, what is a string object, what are the important operations that you can perform on a string, some methods, built-in methods, functions that you can apply on your own strings. Then what is string buffer and string builder classes? What is the difference between both of these and difference between string buffer, string builder? Okay. So what is a string is a sequence of characters, as I said. And actually, in Java programming, you do not call a string as a only a string. Like for example, if we have integer, it is a primitive or basic data type called as integer. If we have character, it is char. It is a primitive basic data type called char. But we usually don't call strings as primitive or basic. Strings are not basic. Why? Because they are a collection of basic data types, collection of characters. A string, if it is a collection of characters, it means that a string is a collection of basic data type, because character is basic data type or primitive data type. So string is you can say it is comprising of multiple characters. That means it is not a simple or basic data type. That is why it is called as a string object. It is treated as an object. Now, what is object and what is class, that we'll be seeing maybe from next Tuesday onwards when we get into object oriented programming. Next Wednesday onwards. So now remember that string are objects actually in Java. Okay, I'm talking only about Java. The Java platform provides the string class. Okay, now think of class and object for now as, just a minute. For now, think of object and class as a class is a blueprint, or you can say a basic structure that has been defined. Okay, a basic structure or a blueprint, or you can say a generalization. And from this, you will derive or you will create certain objects of this class. Okay, from the class, you will create certain objects. Say object 1, I'll write ob1, suppose, object 2, and so on. You can go up to object number n. Okay, so each of these objects are closely associated with their class. Okay, one class can have multiple objects. Now, for example, if this class stands for all vehicles, okay, this class represents all vehicles, all characteristics of all vehicles. So if I want to specify only the characteristics of a car, which is also a vehicle, then it is object 1. So object 1 is nothing but a car. Similarly, object 2 will be, suppose, a motorcycle. Similarly, object 3 will be, suppose, a truck. Okay, so a generalization is what? It is a vehicle. And what are the objects of that class? Objects are each of the individual vehicles. Means the characteristics of a vehicle can be the characteristics of all the objects. Okay, the characteristics of a vehicle are the characteristics of all the objects, and each object will have its own characteristics. Okay, so this is some basic idea about class and object. I hope it is clear. Have you understood this, whatever I said just now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this was something. So you have a string class. Okay, you have a string class, and each string is different. Suppose the first string is apple, the second string is banana, the third string will be orange. Okay, something like that. And each of these have the characteristics of string data type. Okay, so string is their class, and um, you are breaking them down into the string of consisting of the apple. Then you have a string which has banana and a string which has orange. Okay, so string is there, you can say, generalized form, and apple, orange, banana is the examples of the string or object strings. Okay, so this will get clear when we go for some real examples. Now string, there is sometimes a question that whether it is an object or whether it is primitive data type. Okay, but in fact, as I've told you, it is an object. And strings are immutable. Can anyone tell me the meaning of immutable? You might have heard this in Python strings also. Anyone knows what is immutable in your
We
own?
cannot
You
change.
cannot modify them.
We cannot change.
Exactly. So you cannot change it. Once it is created or defined or initialized, you cannot change it. You cannot alter the value of the string. So that is the meaning of immutable. So if you say string, it is immutable. So what if we want mutable strings? What if we want to change the string value? That time we use string buffer or string builder. Okay, so that will be seeing after about 30 to 40 minutes. So that time we use string buffer and string builder. So now let us see the basic strings which are immutable. Now an object whose state cannot be changed after it is created is called immutable object, and string is an example of immutable concept. Now there are two ways of creating the string. For example, in arrays also we had two ways. For example, we had the array as int a of something, and then I initialized it. This was one way. And the second way was int a of something equal to new int, and then I initialized it. Right? So these same two ways are applicable for strings also. What is the first way? As you can see here, for example, using the string literal. Literal means value. For example, string, name of the string is s, and the value of the string is welcome. Similar to this one of arrays, this one what it does, data type array name initialization. Similarly, data type string name initialization. Okay, then what is the other way? It can be data type string name new keyword, then data type again, and the value of that string. You can associate it with this array syntax also, how we used to do it. Int, that is the data type, array name equal to new, then again int, the same data type. If at the left hand side you have int over here, right hand side over here also int has to be there, and then you initialize it. So are these two ways of doing it clear for everyone?
Yes.
Others?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. The only difference is instead of your curly bracket, you'll use the round bracket, parenthesis. Okay, so string s equal to welcome, it is similar to int a equal to 5. And this next one is string s equal to new string welcome. Okay, so let us see some program based examples. You have a string s1, and the value of that string is what? Java. So it is created using the first way, that is string s equal to value. Okay, then usually in C++, you get to see it this way. The second example that you can see, char ch something something. This example is usually seen in C++ language. Okay, and it is applicable in Java also, but usually we don't go for this way. And why I'm mentioning this is because see how we have mentioned it, strings. Each character is specified, and each character is an element of this char array. Means what I want to say, if you have an array of integers, how you write it? Int a equal to 5, 6, 7. Okay, so what you're doing, 5, 6, 7 are the elements of the integer array. Similarly, strings are the individual characters which will form the array whose value is strings. Okay, so this array is actually an array of characters. Do you agree with me? This is an array of characters. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, yes. So this is an array of characters, and as we know, array of anything means it is a collection. Array of characters means collection of characters is forming a string over here. This is one way of doing it. But don't you think this first one is easier? Because we don't have to specify each of the characters using single quote. So directly you can specify the characters as a word. You don't have to specify each character within the quote. Okay, so this was one thing that I wanted to mention. Then the second way of doing it, string s2 equal to new string, and you're passing the ch now. Now, what is the meaning of this is, this second way that I told you is not that easy to use. This thing is being converted into the first way. For example, you have the characters strings. You want to write it in the first way. That means you want to write it using this approach. Then how you can do it? You can convert this second example into this first way of doing it. how you can do it using this one. What I've written here, string s2 is equal to new string ch. What is ch? Ch is that array name, right? So this array is called as ch. The name of this array is ch, which I am passing it as a parameter over here. So what will happen here? What is it? String s2. String s2 is equal to that array of characters. So what will happen internally? If you write it this way, then this array of characters will get converted into this first way. Means this array of characters will become like this now. So string s2 will become like this now. S2 is equal to, actually it will become equal to strings. Okay, so this is the way how you can convert your array of characters to the Java string. Okay, is it clear? Any doubts? Yes.
Can you repeat it once again?
Okay, so what I mean to say is this array of characters, I want to write it like this without putting the quote for each character. Means this is currently as STRIN. Okay, it is in each of the characters is specified separately. I want to make it as STRINGS within double quotes. Okay, so that is the conversion process. What you'll do, instead of specifying the value of the string here, what we used to do, string s2 is equal to new string, and then we used to specify the value of the string, right? Like welcome. Instead of specifying a string over here, I'm specifying the array of characters. That is the ch array. Is it clear now?
Yes.
What about others? Clear, right?
Yes.
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 Okay. So that is the meaning of converting the array of characters to the string object in Java. Similarly, the previous example we saw, we are specifying the welcome in the brackets. This time we are specifying example in the brackets. So you're going to print out each of the string. Now, string s1 you can print out directly using the println. Okay, so it will print Java. Similarly, string s2, what it will be? strings as an object, string object. So it is printing it like this. Okay, if you have an array, to print the elements, we use for loop, right? But for strings, we don't use for loop, while loop, any loop. We can directly print the string. Suppose we use this example 2, char ch is equal to within single quote s within single quote t. If we use this example, can we print it out directly? It is an array of characters. Can we print out an array directly? What is your answer?
No.
No,
Why?
sir.
No,
No.
because we need a loop. Each element we want to print directly. Okay, so yeah. So we cannot print it directly if it is an array of characters. We can print it directly if it is a string, Java string. Similarly, example is another string s3 which we can print. Okay. Now some operations on strings. This was the simple strings, how you can initialize in different ways. Okay, now string concatenation, string comparison, what is substring, what is length of string. These are some operations that you can perform on strings. String concatenation can be done in two ways. One is using concat method and another is using plus minus operator. Now, have we already seen this plus in string concatenation? Have we seen it
Yes.
already? Yes, we
Yes.
have
Yes.
seen it. Where have we seen it?
Python.
Python.
Okay, I mean in Java, where have we seen it? Have we concatenated strings before also?
Yes.
But where? Like, can you tell me? Within the
In
println
print.
statement? Yes, within the println. We used to write something like this, system.out.println. Then we used to write hello plus some other string if we wanted to print multiple strings. Right? Same thing we have to do here. We have used this plus operator already for the concatenation. So see these examples of plus operator, these examples. See what I have two strings s and str. So S is equal to hello and str is equal to world. If I want to concatenate them, I can use this S plus str. Okay. Or if I don't want to store the strings in the variables, I will simply write the value of the string, that is hello plus world. Okay, this is the concatenation. And the concatenated output is also a string. Hello plus world is also a string, which we can store in another string variable, str4. Okay, so if we print str3, it will give me the value of hello world. I have concatenated the strings s and str, and I've stored it inside str3, and I've concatenated some direct string values and stored in str4. So str3 and str4 will give hello world. Now another way of concatenating is using the built-in method. Built-in means already it has been defined. Already what has to be done is defined. Only for which values you want to do that has to be specified. Means s.concat is a method. Concat is a method. S is what? Hello. So hello.concat str. So S is nothing but hello within double quote. And I'm writing dot concat. And then in the bracket, I'll specify another parameter, that is world. So the output will be how your first string is hello and your second string is world. So the output will be first string, which is hello, and then the second string, which is world. Okay. So if I want to give now you answer one question of mine. Suppose I have a string s1 equal to good, and I have a string s2 equal to evening, okay, semicolon, semicolon, and I want the output as evening good. What should be the answer? Like, what will I have to do? Concat which one and which one? S1 and then
S2
concatenate S2, or S2 and then concatenate S1?
First
S2
S2
and
and
then
then S1.
S1.
Okay. So in concat method, tell me what should I write? Using concat method, what should I write? How should I write?
String,
Yes, tell me.
string, the keyword.
No, you have to tell the name of the string variable, right? It is some
This dot
variable
Yes,
dot
yes.
S1.
concat within brackets some variable. So tell me which variable I must fill here.
S2,
Evening
S2.
and good.
S2 and
S2
then S1.
and then
Then S1.
S1. Okay, so S2 is evening, and after evening, the word good will get attached. Okay, so whatever is in the bracket gets attached at the end of the first string. So S2 is my first string in this case, and S1 is my second string. So evening, and after evening, the good will get attached. So evening good will come. But see this string carefully, and see this string also carefully, and see this output also carefully. And can you tell me, will I get the output as this one if I use S1 and S2? Or will the output be something little different?
There won't be a space.
Exactly, there won't be a space. So if I want a space after evening, either I give the space here. So it will be evening space will be first string S2, and then the next string will be good. Or I can do one more thing. I can give the space before good as well. So evening will be S2 and space good will be my S1. And then only I'll get the space over here. So you need to take care that any one place you have to give the space, either over here or you have to give the space over here. Is this much clear for everyone? Concat method, is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now we can do this using our println also. So if I want evening good, I'll write println, and then I will write S2 plus S1. Now in this case also space will be missing. So how can I manage it? Either I'll give the space in good, or I'll give the space in evening, or I can give the space in my print statement. I can write plus, and in between I will write like this. Am I right? S2 is a string. This space is also a string because it is within double quote, and S1 is again a string. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, so same thing. Okay, so remember all these things that I'm telling you, because what happens when you're running your programs in the online environment or maybe in some coding test or coding competition, then just because of the space, your program won't be accepted. It will get rejected. Okay, so always remember about this space. It always gives a problem to some programmers. Okay, back to the presentation. We have seen two ways of concatenation, whichever is comfortable and as per your requirement you can use. String comparison. Now comparing string means you want to see equality basically. Okay, we are usually checking for equality. Rarely we check for greater than, less than, and all that. Comparison means usually equality. And this has three ways, like how for concatenation two ways, for comparison three ways. First is using equals method, next is using equal to, and next using compare to method. So we have two methods and we have one operator. Similarly, in concatenation, we have one method and one operator. So how we can compare the strings using equals method. So S1 is hello and S2 is again hello only. So we want to compare whether S1 and S2 are equal. So again, same strategy. You'll specify one string here, dot equals, and another string over here within the brackets. So you're checking. Now see, there is a difference between S1 dot equals S2 and S2 dot equals S1. What is the difference is, if I write S1 dot equals S2, then we are checking whether the first string is equal to the second string or not. And if I write S2 dot equals S1, I'm checking whether the second string is equal to the first string or not. Okay, so that is the difference. The output is same, but actually the meaning is a bit different. Output is same. So let us see the output. So it will be true for this one. Okay, now next we are checking S equals S1. S is hell and S1 is hello. So we are checking whether S is equal to S1 or not. Okay, whatever is at the left hand side, we are checking whether that is equal to the whatever is in the bracket. So S equals S1 is false. Okay, you can see the output is false. Here also output false. Now let us see using the new keyword. Okay, this is a string that you have initialized. Now using the equal to, we are checking whether S1 is equal to S2 or not, and then we are checking S3 equal to S4 or not. S1 is hello, S2 is hello, it is true. S3 is Java, S4 is Java, it is false. Now why it is false? We can see that S4 is also Java and S3 is also Java. Now always remember, when you are using, just a minute. Yeah. Here, see this example. In this slide, I explained why. See here, your string 1 is suppose Deepak, which I have created using new keyword. And your string 2 is the Rahul. But you're using new keyword for string 1. Now, this will create two objects. Whenever you write string S1 equal to new string, when you're using new keyword, whatever string is created, twice it will be created in two different areas of memory. Now, why is that so? Because one area of memory is called as string constant pool, and the other area of memory is called as heap area. So in your program, you have different sections of memory. Whatever program you run, it has to be stored in your computer. It has to be brought from the ROM to the RAM so that it gets executed. Whenever you want to execute any application or any program, wherever it is residing in the secondary storage, it has to be brought or loaded into the primary storage or your RAM. Once it comes into the RAM, it will execute. Why we are not executing it directly from where it is stored? Because wherever it is stored, that execution will be slow if we execute from wherever it is stored. That is in your secondary storage hard disk. But once it comes into the RAM, which is your primary or main memory, it is faster. That is why if you execute directly from the hard disk wherever it is stored, it will take a lot of time to execute. But that is not desirable, right? We want everything to happen quickly. we want to do multitasking and all those things on our computer. So it has to be brought into the RAM, and then it will execute very quickly. That is why you see so big programs output comes within a few seconds, because it is loaded into the RAM. Otherwise, if it is executed from the hard disk, then it will take a lot of hours to execute. Okay. So here, this there are different areas of memory I was saying. One is for your program instructions or your code. The other area is for your, it is called a stack for all your local variables, all your variables. Then you have another data segment for your global variables. Okay. Local variables means only within a function those variables exist, and outside the function it will not exist. Global variables means throughout that program that particular variable is accessible. Okay, do you know about local global variables already, or do you don't know about it? Do you all
We
know
know.
about it? Okay,
Yes,
okay.
sir, we know.
Okay, so that is what I was saying. So you have space for local variables, you have space for global variables. Then there is another space for heap area, it is called, or heap section of your memory. And from this heap area only, you have your dynamic memory management operations. So heap is usually used when you are not sure of what size you want for your variable or for your array. For example, initially you may store an array of 5 elements. Next time for the same program, you may want to handle 100 elements. So the space that you want to give to your array is not 100% sure. That time you use the new keyword so that it can handle it for you. And from where this memory will be allocated to this array, the array whose size is changing has to be allocated memory from the heap area, not from the stack area. Okay, from the heap area, you get the memory for the arrays whose size is changing, or not only arrays, for anyone whose size is changing. And if you're using new keyword, the heap area, from that the memory will be allocated. So that is what is heap area over here that I mentioned. So whenever you use new keyword, the memory that is allocated is from the heap area section. Okay. And when you're not using new keyword, for example, for the string Rahul over here, you're not using new keyword, that time you will not get the memory from the string constant pool as well. So you remember that whenever you're using new keyword, the memory or where the string will be stored, it is always in the heap area. Okay, for string s1, it will be in the heap area, as well as in one string constant pool. String constant pool is another area of memory which is only for the strings. Okay, so whenever you create a string using new keyword, it will be stored in the heap area as well as in the SCP, string constant pool area. But whenever you create a string s2 without the new keyword, it will always be only in the string constant pool area. Okay, I repeat whatever I said just now. Whenever you use new keyword, it will be created in two areas. The string will be created also in the heap area, that is your heap area, and also in the string constant pool memory, which is for the strings. But whenever you do not use the new keyword, only in the string constant pool it will be there. Is this much clear?
Sir, when we
Yes.
take an string as an input, so where is it stored?
Yes, so that time, if you are taking it as an input, if you write, if you are declaring a string like this, string s1 equal to new string, and then you give your bracket over here. So that time you're using new keyword, and then you'll accept the string value from the user using the input functionality. Since you have declared this string s1 using new keyword, whatever string the user will enter, it will be stored in the heap also and the string constant pool also. But suppose you declare your string like this, string s2 semicolon, and then when you accept the value of s2 string, it will, since you have not used new keyword, it will only be in the string constant pool area. Am I clear?
Okay, sir.
Yes. So this was about the difference between with and without new keyword. Now, how it affects our concatenation, how it affects our comparison. Just a minute. Yes. So as I was saying, your S3 is what? Without new keyword. So S3 will be only in the string constant pool area. But your S4 is created using the new keyword. So it will be also in the heap and also in the string constant pool area. But while comparing, we will always compare the string which is in the heap area. Okay. So what we are doing, we are comparing S3, which is in the string constant pool area, with a string S4, which is in the heap area. Okay. Since the locations are different, okay, since the locations are different, when we compare S3 and S4, it will return false, because S3 refers to something which is non-pool. Okay, means it, since it is not in the heap area, it is not recognizing it. Okay, so that means whenever you have one string which is without the new keyword and you compare it with a string which is created using the new keyword, that time though they may be equal strings, it will show false. Okay, so the alternative is either both the strings should be in the heap area, means both the strings have to be created using new, or both the strings have to be created using the normal without the new keyword. Is it clear?
Yes.
What about others?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it has certain applications, okay, that we'll see later. You may be thinking why all this is happening, but it has certain applications. Now using compare to method, so you have string s which is hell and string s2 which is hello. So definitely they are not equal. Okay, if they are not equal, what can they be? Means that we have to tell. Now if s is what hell and s2 is hello, so s has the lesser characters. Okay, s has lesser characters. That means s is kind of lesser than s2. If the string 1, that is s, is lesser than the second string s2, then it will return -1. Okay, means you are comparing s with s2. So if s is lesser, it will return -1. Similarly, if you consider the third case, s2 and s. So s2 is what? Hello, and s is hell. So this time s2, we can say, since it is hello and s is hell, s2 is greater than s. If you are comparing s2 with something and if s2 is greater, it will return 1. And what if you consider s1 and s2? Both are equal, both have same number of characters. That means s1 equal to s2. Okay, this is 2 over here. S1 equal to S2. If that is the case, it will return 0. Okay, so the output won't be true, false over here. The output will be based on number of characters. Okay, if the first string has greater number of characters, output is 1. If the first string has lesser number of characters, output is -1. If both the strings have equal number of characters, the output is 0. If you use compare to method. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So just quickly just see these ways that I've shown you. Just try to recall whatever I explained, then we'll move on to the next. Okay, so I hope this much is clear. Now let us see another thing that you need to keep in mind with the equals method. Okay, that we'll see when we study string buffer. Okay, so equals method will help you in the output in terms of true or false. Equal to method, output will be true or false. But compared to method, output will be -1, 1 or 0. Okay, so two methods and one operator we have. And we need to take care in terms of equal to operator that both the strings either should be without the new keyword or both the strings should be with the new keyword. Now let us see what is substring. A substring means a part of a string, a subset you can say. So the example over here is you have to use S, which is hello world, suppose S, and we want to check whether the substring, we want to display a particular substring, okay, and from where the substring should start, we have to specify in the parameter. For example, S dot substring in brackets, if I specify 6, then you have to count this string index. For example, H is at index 0, then E is at 1, 2 is at index, L is at index 2, this L is at index 3, O is at 4, the space is at 5, then world ka W is at 6, O is at 7, 8, 9, and 10. So when I specify 6, the output over here is wrong. When I specify 6 over here, it will show me the string, which is the character which is at the index 6. Okay. So when I say 6, what it will do, I'll show you the program example over here for strings. When I want to find a particular substring, okay, let us write that example down. String s equal to hello world, and we want to check, we want to print out s dot, the method name is substring, and if I write 6 over here, okay, and let me run this now for you. I need to comment this. So as I said, the substring means from the index 6 onwards up to the last. Okay, from the index 6 up to the last. Okay, just a minute. Yes, so as I said, whichever index you specify here, from that till the last, all the characters will be displayed. Now, another way of doing this is, another variant you can say, s dot substring, and we have to specify two indices. One is the starting index, suppose 6, and I want to go, if I write 8. So let us run this. When we specify two indices over here, so that means S is for W, that is 6. Then 7 will also be considered, that is O. But when we write here, the second parameter is 8, so it will consider only before that. So it will consider 6 and 7 only. It won't consider the 8. For example, if I write 10 over here, the considered will be 6, 7, 8, 9. So the last parameter less than that, it will consider. Okay, so if I write 9 over here, let us see once more. So 6 means W, 8, 9. So WOR should get selected. So if you want to print a substring from starting from a particular character up to the end, you have to specify this. And if you want to specify a string which starts from a particular thing and goes up to a particular range only, not up to the ending, then you can specify using this way. Now, suppose if we want the same output in both the ways, then what we'll do, W is at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this second parameter, if I specify as 11, then you'll get world. By this first way, you're getting world. Now, by the second way also, you'll get world. Okay, is this substring concept clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what about others?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now
Yes,
length
sir.
of, yes, okay. Now length of string is, in arrays, we had used dot length, okay, to find out the length of the array. For example, if ARR is my array, we used to write in our for loop condition, I less than ARR dot length we used to write, okay, dot length. But for strings, we use dot length brackets. Whenever we put a bracket over here, it means length is a method, okay. And whenever you don't put the bracket, for example, in case of arrays, it was considered as a field, okay, it is called field, means it is not a method, but it will help you, it is a functionality which will help you to display the length. But for strings, dot length will not work. Dot length within and the bracket will work, means length as a method, okay. So it is simple over here, it will calculate the total number of characters in your string. These are 5 characters, this is the 6th character, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So total 12 characters, and it will display the output over here as 12. Now, if you are coming from C, C++ background, you might be thinking of, we have a null character at the end, right? We have it as hello world, and then automatically a null character gets placed over here. That is in C, C++. But in Java, you don't have something like that. It will directly understand. Null character is usually used to identify the end of the string in C, C++, but in Java, we don't have that concept, okay? So some things are different in these languages. Similarly, you have different methods. We have seen some of them just now. The other remaining methods are char@, contains, getChars, indexOf, and so on. So let us see one by one. Char@ means character at a particular index. So if I write string name, string variable name dot char@ 4. So whatever is the character at the index 4, okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So at the index 4, we have the O character. So that will get displayed. So char@ 4 means whatever character O, I'm storing it in ch variable. Ch is a char variable. So each element of the string is nothing but a character. So when I extract a particular character from my string, I can store it in a char type of variable. The data type of the variable should be char, not string, okay? The data type will be char. So O will get stored in ch, and I'm printing the value of ch. So O is getting displayed. Now, contains is another way to check substring. So what is the difference now? When we were using the substring method, okay, when we were using substring method, we were displaying a substring. But when we use the contains method, we are checking for the substring. Means when I write contains and within contains I give a particular string, it will check whether this particular string is there in the name string or not. Name string means this hello world string. It will check for hello inside hello world. Now in this case we are true, so the output is true. Now it is checking hello, but the h, as you can see, is lowercase. So we know that capital H and small h are different because the ASCII values are different. So it will give false output. So here the output will be in terms of true or false. We are checking whether the substring exists or not in our original string. But in substring method, what we are doing, we are displaying a particular substring based on the index. Is this clear for you? The two ways, the two types of substring methods?
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let us go for true or false is by contains unit. Then getChars. Now getChars is another method which is for substring only. Okay, so this is the third method. So what getChars will do is, now, okay, I forgot to read this. So char@ will return the particular character at the index, and index starts from 0. And contains method, it will search for that particular sequence. It will check for hello as a continuous substring within the word. For example, if I write HELL, then I write W. Just a minute. Suppose I write HELL, then I give a space, then I write WOR, and then I write O. So hell is something different, and then you have O over here. this will not be considered as substring. Substring means that particular string should be as a continuous in the original string. And suppose you don't find the string. For example, I write ABC over here, or in this case, this hello in the lowercase. Then it will return false. Okay, otherwise it returns true. So just keep a note of this. Now getChars method is also for substring only. How you can specify? You must specify the starting index, the ending index, and the particular character array. Okay, so here we have seen how to convert character array to string, right? We have seen how to convert character array into string. Character array into string means we'll use this way. String s is equal to new string, and then we pass the name of the character array. This will convert the character array into the Java string object. What if we want to convert the Java string object into a character array? So this is the syntax. What you will do, you will take the ch array name, and you're specifying it over here, and which part of your str string you want. For example, 11 to 17 means this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 11, then 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17 is the end. So 11 to 16 will be considered. We know that the last number that you write, one less than that is considered. So if you write 11 and 17, 11 to 16 is considered. That means here in this case, Salman is considered, and that will be converted into your character array. Okay, and then you're going to, you can display that. Okay, so here character array, you are converting string into character array. Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay, so next is indexOf, and the example is same. S1 is my name is Salman. Then index1 is equal to S1 dot index of a. Now we have seen, here we are seeing how to find out the index of a particular character. Have we found out what is the character at a particular index? We have entered the index and we are getting the character of that. Have we seen that already?
Yes.
Yes, we have seen that. We have seen it in char@at method. What was that method? We were specifying char at a particular index 5. Then whichever character is at index 5, we were getting that at the output. Now what we are doing, for a particular character, we are finding its index. So that means we will write index of over here. Okay, and at index of, we are passing a character as the parameter. So whatever is the index of the character will be displayed. In this case, it will be 4. Okay, is this clear? How to find out the index of a character and how to find out the character of a particular index. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, so remember char@at is a method and indexOf is a method. Now indexOf, what it will do, it will return the index of a character. If it is not found, it returns -1. Okay, means if a particular character is not there in S1 string, it will return -1. Okay, and then index1 we are printing here, then passing substring. Okay, now we have found out the index of a particular character. We can also find out the index of a substring. Substring means more than one characters. Okay, you can say A is the sub character and is a substring. Okay, A is sub character, is a substring. So substring index is nothing but the starting index of the substring. For example, is method is the substring that we are checking, and it starts at this index. This index is what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I is at the index 8 and S is at the index 9. So the starting index is 8 for the substring is, so that will get displayed. Okay, so we know how to find out index of sub character and index of substring. Then another way of index of method is passing the character value from the index. Means what we are trying to do here is, here I'm writing 5 and here I'm writing A. So at index 5, what do we have? This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have M over there. Okay, and we are going to, we have A over here. So where all we have A, that I'll first tell you. We have A over here, and we have A over here, and we have A over here. So multiple times the same sub character A is occurring. So it will always give you the first occurrence. Okay. It will give you the first occurrence index. So whatever index is of this particular A, this first A, that will be displayed. Okay, which is 4. Now, if we want to find out the index of this second A, then what is the option is you have to start searching for that character after, not from the beginning, but after some time. If you just specify index of A, it will start searching the string from the beginning, that is from the 0th index. But if we want to start the searching from the index 5, then we have to specify it like this. So from index 5 onwards, that means at which index? Index 5 onwards means this is index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from the character M onwards up till the end of the string, we want to search. Means from the index 5 onwards up to the end of the string, it will search, and it will again give you the first occurrence of A. That is between SAL, this A will be considered, and that index will be passed. So you can also specify from which index onwards you want to start the searching of the sub character. Similarly, if you want to search a particular substring from, not from the beginning, but from some other index onwards, okay, so that also you can do. You can specify 10. So from the 10 index 10 onwards up till the end, it will search for the substring is, and if it doesn't find, again it will return -1. So in this fourth case, it is returning -1 as the output. Let us see why. Obviously because it has not found the is string. So we are starting searching from index 10. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So from here we are starting. So from here up till here we are going. So is not coming in this range, right? That is why it is giving -1. It has not found it. Is this much clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So as you can see, Java is providing so many functionalities for us. Okay. So it is quite a complex language. Now let us see replace, to care, to look. Okay, now just 2, 3 are remaining. Let us see them quickly. Replace, what it will do, it will replace a particular substring. Now it can replace the character sequence, okay, or maybe a single character. For example, character sequence means nothing but string only. Sequence of characters is what? String. So here, in this case, string replace string 1. So I'm creating a new string, okay, and I'm going to replace within S1. S1 is what? My name is Salman. This is the string S1. In this string, I want to replace I want to replace A with E. Okay, means whatever is my second character will come in place of the first character. Okay, whatever is my second character will come in place of first character. Means my first character is nothing but my target, and my second character is nothing but my source. Or if you don't want target source, you can also say source destination. Means my first is my source. Okay, target sounds better. You have your target, and then you have your source. What is your source? Character E. Where it has to be replaced at what target? At the A character. Okay, so that is target and source. Now, as you can see, A is occurring multiple times. Wherever it occurs, it will replace. Okay, wherever A is coming, it will replace with E. This is replace method. But in index of what we are saying, whatever is the first occurrence, that is considered when we are finding out the index. But in replace, all the occurrences will be replaced by the particular source. This is for character replacing a character. Now we can also replace string with string. Okay, so we are going to replace Salman with Khan. Okay, source is coming in place of the target. So you can see the corresponding output. A is getting replaced with E everywhere. And then the name, this one is getting replaced with the source. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now answer one question of mine. It will also tell me whether you're paying attention. I am storing the new string inside another string. right? I'm not replacing the character in the same string. Can you guess why? Whatever I'm replacing, the replaced string, I'm storing in a new string and not in the same string. Can you tell me why?
Because string is immutable.
Yes, very good. Very nice answer. Who has answered this?
Rishikesh.
Yes, correct. Very good. So that is the reason what he said, because strings are immutable. You cannot, when you replace your characters, you are changing the string, right? You cannot change it. And if you change it, you have to store it in another string. Okay, so that is what I have done here. Then to-char array. Now this is a method that we have seen this functionality before, but this is another method. What is the method is, you're going to convert the string into the character array. And as I said, character array, if you want to display it, you have to use for loop. So hello in S1 will get converted to character array, and what it will become? It will become like this: H, comma, E, comma, O, L. Okay, each character will be separated and it will become a character array. How? The string, you must specify the string or the variable which holds the string dot to-char array. Okay, so ch will now hold the individual characters. It will become an array of characters. Which characters? HELLO. And you can display it using for loop or while loop. Now simple methods are coming now, to lowercase to uppercase. So if you want to change the case of your string, or for example, this one, everything is in lowercase. If you apply means, okay, this is the example S1. M is capital, Y is small, name is small, is small, S is capital, remaining is small, means uppercase, lowercase. So everything, if you want to convert to lowercase, use to lowercase method. Everything you want to convert to uppercase, use to uppercase method. Suppose your string is already in the uppercase and you apply to uppercase, there'll be no change in the output. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. Similarly, if everything is in the lowercase and you apply to lowercase, you won't get any change in the output. Okay, so then we have buffer class, builder class. See, as you can see, there are so many methods which we have to still discuss. Okay. Okay, so this is it for today. If you have any doubts, you can ask me and put your attendance in the chat box. Is everything clear till now about strings?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Any doubts anyone has?
No, sir.
Okay, so thank you for attending. You can leave this meeting.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So I feel the doubt Google form that is in the Excel sheet. I
Okay,
have the
so
doubt.
okay, so okay, I'll try to clarify it right now. So your doubt is that you're not getting the output or what?
Yes.
Okay, so you're accepting some number using new scanners. You have java.util.scanner is imported. Then you enter a number. Then you're saying int a, and next int system.out.a. And the error that you're getting is class interface enum record expected. Okay. Actually, there is a build error over here. It is showing. Um, okay, I think your package is missing over here, right? Because line number 1 is directly starting from import. You should have some package over here. Like for example, in my programs, I have a package over here,
Yes.
and you can see here com.company, and in that I have each of my program files. So
Yes.
over here, as you can see src is over here. After that, I have some folder, and then I have my program file. In your case, src, and directly you have your program file. So I think you have not created your project properly. Okay. So
Okay, sir.
you do this. What you do is, for now, you go to file, you click on new, you click on project, and then you click on next. Check this box, again click on next, and create a project. Okay, for now, for example, IO programs, and then you click on finish, and then it will create a structure for you. For example, you can see here you have your scr, and you have your package name also here. You can change the package name. In my case, it is this. You can change it if you want, and if you don't want, yeah, you can change it. And when here you write your code, it will run perfectly. Is it clear?
Okay, sir. It's clear. Thank you.
Okay. So any other doubts anyone has?
Excuse me.
Yes. I think
Can
you
you
have
tell how
someone
to
else has
check if
also filled the form.
the
Okay. Yes, you were saying something, Sonali.
can you tell if the given number is how to check if the given number is a
Yes,
integer or
yes.
not?
Yeah, yeah. I had told you I'll solve that. Okay. Yeah. So this is the code for that. So you'll accept a number. So you'll enter the message that enter a number. Then the object equal to new scanner system.in. This much is common. Then what we'll do, instead of writing, usually what is your next step? You'll write sc equal to, uh, sorry, you'll write int a equal to, suppose in a you're storing a equal to sc dot next int. This will be usually your next step. But now your next step won't be this one, because you want to just check whether the input is an integer. You are not interested in what the integer is. You are interested in whether the input is an integer. For that, you will not write this statement. Directly, you will check. You'll use this method, has next int. Okay, so sc is the object of the scanner class dot has next int. What this function will do, it will check whether the input is an integer or not. So if the input is an integer, this one will return true. So if I remove this from here, let me write it over here, and I'll create a Boolean variable, suppose b equal to has next whatever. So let me write semicolon. Okay, because I have already used b somewhere on top, it was highlighting that error. So in s, what will get stored? A Boolean value, and that Boolean value will be true if the input is an integer, so s will become equal to true. If it is a float, suppose, it will be false. And if s, I will write here. So s is what? Either it will be true or false. So in place of s, suppose it is true, true will come over here. And if true means condition satisfied, you will now have the next int method over here. If you are interested in what the integer is, first you will check whether it is an integer, and then using this, it will tell you what is that integer. So you will be able to print the number is whatever integer you have entered. Okay, so there is one extra step which has to come before this one. Is it clear?
Yes, thank you.
Similarly, if you want to check if it is a float, has next float. Similarly, if you want to check if it is a string, uh, if it is a string, I think it is has next. Okay, let us check if it for string it is has next or not. I'll have to change this to next. So I have to enter a string, and then it is telling me because this I've not changed this print statement, right? So it is telling me the number as is an integer. Okay, I have to just change this to string. So for checking if it is a string input, has next. If it is a double, has double. Similarly, if it is boolean, has next boolean. Okay, for byte it is byte and all that. Okay, so this is the way to check whether the input is a integer. You'll import the object, the java.util.scanner, create the object, check, and then display. Okay, so I hope this much is clear. Any other doubts anyone has? Okay, so we can end the session.